Welcome back to another Skyblock video. Today we will look at things you need to stop doing right now in Hypixel Skyblock. These can range from gameplay mistakes to poor financial choices. If you enjoy my content, drop a like on today's video. It helps out the channel a lot. And click that subscribe button for more Skyblock videos like this one. Ring the bell for extra magic find and pet luck. At 30,000 subscribers, I will personally dress up as Bonzo for a stream. Check the description for all the goods, and join my Discord. We're getting close to 2,000 members, and it's a pretty epic place. Enough rambling from me, let's get into the video. The first mistake many players make is purchasing a set of old dragon armor. This is because they see the raw stats and the price of the armor, and they think it's the best for, just overall. However, this isn't the case. If we take a look, the Titanic old dragon leggings, and we go to our stats, we can see our effective HP is 21,601, which that seems like a lot. But if we go over to the Protector Dragon Armor, which this set is made for defense obviously, we'll see that our effective health is actually about 2,000 lower. So new players may say, well, old Dragon Armor must be better. However, this isn't the case, because if we take a look at the ability bonus of Protector Dragon Armor, it increases the defense of each armor piece by 1% defense for each missing percent of HP. This means when you're lower on health, your defense will go up tremendously, making you last a lot longer than old dragon armor. Since most people overlook this, they just see that old dragon armor is the cheapest dragon set and it's a great upgrade. But if they just spend maybe 100,000 more coins, they can get Protector Dragon Armor. Now, if surviving isn't your thing, I would recommend, of course, going Unstable Dragon Armor instead of old. This is because of the large amount of crit chance and crit damage and some strength this gives you. Obviously, I have the Godly Reforged, which is why it shows I have 10 strength, and the rare armor piece itself doesn't actually give strength. If you switch over to Unstable Dragon Armor, you're only about half as tanky as when wearing old dragon armor. But you'll be dealing much more damage and have a higher critical chance. As you can see, my crit chance is 89 right now. And if I switch over to the old dragon armor, it immediately drops to 67. This gives us 22% extra critical chance and a large increase to damage. This helps with farming zealots and other mobs that have a lot more health than most other ones. However, I wouldn't say to buy Unstable Dragon Armor just to one-shot zealots. There's actually an armor set that's even better than Unstable for trying to one-shot zealots. Check this out. This is my stats when wearing full Unstable Dragon Armor, and I'll put them side by side with the stats from wearing full Fierce Ender Armor. Ender Armor has the stat bonus where every single stat on this that you see is doubled while in the end. So here are my stats with the Ender Armor, and I'll combine them right now. And now you can see just how much better Ender Armor is for actually dealing damage in the end. It increases your crit chance, crit damage, and your strength, because the strength on this is currently 16, 8 from the actual Ender Helmet, and then 8 from the Fierce Reforge. So if you're looking to one-shot zealots, instead of getting dragon armor, just stick with ender armor unless you're going to go for speed, which in that case, well, that's a whole different setup we won't talk about today. The next mistake we'll talk about is using Recombobulators and Fuming potato books on unnecessary items that you'll eventually sell. This could be things like adaptive armor or mid-game weapons that you won't be using permanently. This is because the Recombobulators, if I were to purchase one, it would cost me nearly 7 million coins. If I wanted to recombobulate a set of Unstable Dragon Armor, just to, have a slight stat advantage over people that don't have it, it would cost me 28 million coins. That's close to half the cost of an entire Superior Dragon Armor set. Another thing would be recombobulating something like the Aspect of the Dragons that I currently lost. It's in this backpack. The only exception to recombobulating an Aspect of the Dragons would be, I would say, if you have a dragon pet such as this one. This is because then it becomes almost as good as the Midas Sword. The same thing goes with Fuming potato books. You can add 5 Fuming potato books to an item, and if I were to purchase 5 Fuming potato books from the bazaar, it would cost me 6.5 million coins. And the amount of stats you get for putting Fuming potato books on an item is almost nothing. It would give a sword 10 damage and 10 strength, or a piece of armor 20 HP and 10 defense. This doesn't seem like very much, and it's not. However, Skyblock, of course, is all about putting millions and millions of coins into 1% extra stats, but doing it on armor you won't be using permanently, such as adaptive or strong dragon armor, is a huge mistake that could cost you tens of millions of coins in the future. Another huge mistake players make is fighting dragons when they aren't prepared. Maybe you're in Ender armor or young dragon armor and you just got your first couple summoning eyes and you decide to fight a dragon. Well, unfortunately, you're going to get destroyed by people who are going to warp their friends in with tuxedo armor, dragon pets, and everything, and more than likely you're going to be stuck with a couple more dragon fragments than you would if you never placed those in the first place. Instead, go over to the bazaar and just sell the summoning eyes. Right now they're worth 620,000 coins each eye, which is pretty good, especially if you get maybe 2 or 3 an hour. You're able to get a couple million coins pretty quickly. So instead of fighting dragons, which is a very risky way to make profit and inevitably will make you lose profit if you're not prepared enough to fight them, just sell them. I get people asking me over and over again why they can't seem to complete floor 3, floor 4, or just any of the later floors in dungeons. I ask what gear they're using, and they say they're using dragon armor. Dragon armor is not actually supposed to be used in dungeons until you get it to 5-star, and you have a ridiculously high catacombs level that isn't really obtainable for the majority of us players at the moment. Instead, what you should be using is once you clear a couple floor 1s, maybe a couple floor 2s, switch over to dungeon armor. A great example of this is going to be the zombie soldier armor. This is a great one for healers, mages, and even tanks. This armor is a really cheap dungeon set that you can find on Auction House for practically free, and just slap on your class helmet. This could be the shadow goggles, the mender fedora, and so on. This set is going to give you much more stats inside of dungeons because you can get it to 5 stars, and if I put it on, you can see the stats on the right-hand side, the 467 HP, 592 defense. Those are going to be the stats inside of dungeons. Obviously, if I gave this a reforge like Pure or Necrotic, it would give a ton of mana or attack speed and damage. And the last thing you should stop doing is something I've mentioned time and time again, and that's to please stop using clay minions for money. Snow minions are much more profitable, and while they are a little bit more expensive to purchase, it's definitely worth the investment. If you can't quite afford snow minions, then coal and gold minions are doing very well right now, better than clay. The only reason you should have clay set up is if you're trying to get fishing XP, just like I am. Clay gives an okay amount of fishing XP, and it pretty much outdoes any fishing minion except for like tier 8, 9, 10, and 11. So I would highly recommend picking up those clay minions and placing them down with ones that make a little bit more money. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's episode, so if you did enjoy, then be sure to leave a like on today's video, and once again subscribe because I did put a lot of work into this video. Hopefully you guys did notice that. And I'm going to start uploading more once again, and hopefully you guys all will enjoy that. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and have a great day. Take care.